Hello everyone and welcome back to Nathrandir's Guide to Everything. This is the series Beginner's Guide 2. We did Bard last time around at level 1. Today we're going to look at a level 3 Bard using the College of Law, which everybody has access to, and then we're going to take a look at one of the paid subclasses from the new book, Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft. So we're going to take a look at the College of Spirits from that as well, to celebrate the new book coming out, as it were. So let's get into it and build this bard. Okay everyone, so here we are back on the character selection screen. We're going to go to Halloran from last time, who I'm sure you will all remember, or whatever your character is called. We're going to go straight across to class. We're going to do this one at a time like we normally do. So level 2 first of all, and just have a look at what we get. So nothing to fill in, thankfully, fairly simple. So starting at second level, you can have half your proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check that you make that doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. This is the Jack of all trades skill as a bard. And this is what makes the bards a little bit crazy. You're basically good at everything now. Everything in the game. I'll show you what that looks like on the character sheet in just a second. And Song of Rest, which I would argue isn't quite as good as Jack of all trades, but you can, over a short rest, you can do a performance, let's say, and your DM may make you roleplay this in some capacity, whether that be playing some music if you're a musician yourself, or just an inspirational speech as such. But it means that your adventuring party can gain an extra 1d6 hit points on top of the hit die that they're spending to regain some hit points. So if they're really hurt and they've run out of hit die and this is the second rest you've taken that day, you can use your Song of Rest and just bolster them a little bit more. So just jump into the character sheet. Now with the Jack of all trades bonus, you can see straight down the center here in your skills, everything has this half proficiency icon, which essentially means that you're half proficient in everything, and you can see everything is now highlighted, so we're good at everything. It's a bit crazy, quite frankly, but that is it for level 2 bard, other than the things you had before. In fact, we did get one more spell slot and we can learn one more spell, so let's just do that now, why not? And we'll go for some more healing things. I think, yeah, we'll go for a healing word. So it's a bonus action now, rather than just use our bardic inspiration, we can throw a little bit of a heal out there as well. Cool. So let's go to level 3. This is where things really get exciting. So out the gate, for you fresh beginners on D&D Beyond, you will not have as many choices as I do here. You will have the College of Law, which I'm going to go through now, and then we're going to switch it up just afterwards. So you get expertise in a skill. Great at level 3. Expertise essentially means you're even better at something. Gives you expertise rather than just being proficient. You're an expert with it, so it just increases your proficiency bonus even further. So I think for Halloran, who we decided that was going to be a little stealthy, making sure he's got people's attention while the adventuring party robs things basically, and he's also good at identifying the most valuable things in the room. So Arcana I think will be fantastic for identifying magical things. And then deception and or persuasion, or we could go performance. We could go for any of these really. I think we're going to try and talk our way out of situations more, so I think deception will be cool, trying to just avert people's eyes from what's really going on. And then bonus proficiencies, we can choose 3 more things to get proficiency in. Sleight of hand will be fantastic, perception will be fantastic so we can see what's going on around us, and I want to be able to read people as well. I think a history of being a criminal, insight will be good for that. And that's another thing from the College of Law, so 3 more proficiencies. And the final thing from College of Law is cutting words. So all it says, also at 3rd level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, ability check or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to spend 1 use of your bardic inspiration, rolling a bardic inspiration die and subtracting the number rolled from the creature's roll. So in the past, I've been telling you to always use your bardic inspirations to buff your allies. Now, on the flip side to that, you can impact the enemy as well. So if it's really important that they're about to land a finishing blow on one of your party members. You can use cutting words and potentially reduce that, or if they're going to make a ability check, you can put them down on that as well. Fantastic. The famous Scanlan's short halt of Critical Role uses this a lot. I would recommend watching that if you want some good examples of how and where to use this. So we're just going to have a quick glance at the character sheet from the College of Law now. So we're back on the College of Law, and you can see in features and traits we still have Bardic Inspiration, which now has 2 uses. We can inspire people, and or we can use cutting words to make our enemies weaker. You can also see our expertise is now showing in Arcana and Deception, which adds our proficiency bonus again to those skills, makes us even better at it. And spells wise, just for some recommendations for you lot, we now have access to 2nd level spells, which is quite big. So 2 options here, I think. Invisibility would be fantastic for yourself or somebody else to make a quick getaway or get somewhere that you shouldn't be. Or you could go for Enhance Ability, play more into this buff and utility side of a bard to make your friends have more of a chance of doing what they want. Enhance Ability, you can give people advantage on specific ability checks. So say if they're trying to be stealthy, they'd have advantage on dexterity checks with Cat's Grace. And you can kind of choose how that goes. So I'm going to go for Enhanceability. I like the idea of that. But there we go. As quick as that. A level 3 half-elf bard with expertise in Deception and Arcana. And this would be a fantastic character, a complement to any party. And so, now we get onto the bonus section, where in celebration, as I said, of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft and this darker edge to D&D, this horror trope, Halloran's going to take a turn for the worst, and in celebration of Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft coming out, we're going to take a look at one of the new lineages, which is a Dhampir, a half vampire, and perhaps Halloran in a different universe, a different timeline. Maybe he took a turn for the worst, or was bitten, or it's just a curse on his family that's caught up to him. We'll see. But instead of using law to get what he wants, he's going to use his new found aggressive nature and wield some spirits instead. Let's take a look. Okay guys, so here we are back at the character creation screen. We're going to go a little bit further this time with the bard and create something from the new book, as I've mentioned. So if you have it purchased on D&D Beyond, you can choose lineages, and we're going to go with the Dhampir, I think, perhaps. Dhampir lineage, which is, well, as it says here, poised between the worlds of the living and the dead, Dhampirs retain their grip on life, yet are endlessly tested by vicious hungers. Their ties to the undead grant Dhampirs a taste of a vampire's deathless prowess in the form of increased speed, dark vision, and a life-draining bite. So what on earth happened to Halloran to make him like this, eh? So what I'm going to do is quickly roll some dice and see what we get on these random tables to decide what we want the most. So I've just rolled and I got a 6, which is honestly what I wanted, the life energy one, and it kind of reminds me of if you guys have seen What We Do in the Shadows, the show on BBC, it's fantastic, and there's a movie to go with it as well. And these are energy vampires, essentially draining the room of their emotion. So life energy is what we're going to feed on. And for the Dhampir origins, rather than roll on this one, I thought I was reading through them and I thought it'd be quite good to be the number 8 option, which is a radical experiment. Changed your body, making you rely on others for vital fluids. So in my mind, Halloran maybe in this alternate timeline got caught trying to steal or swindle someone, and it happened to be a vampire or a scientist who infected us with vampirism, and now we're stranded on a domain of dread. So let's see. Okay, now so racial traits. We're going to try and mirror the original Halloran the best we can, and half-elves have a +2 to charisma, and then we're going to choose a +1 to dexterity to keep up what we were all about initially, which is that. We spoke Elvish because that was our lineage. We were a medium type creature, and I love all this customization. It's fantastic. So ancestral legacy, what were we good at in life? We were good at Arcana and Performance, I believe it was. We have Dark Vision now, so we can see Dark Vision within 60 feet, which I think we had anyway. We don't need to breathe, that's new for Halloran. We have spider climb, so we have a climbing speed equal to our walking speed, and at 3rd level you can move up and down across vertical surfaces, leaving our hands free, so we can just walk up walls. Bonkers. Really excited to play a character like this one day. And finally we have the Vampiric Bite feature, which is a new one. It deals 1d4 damage on a hit, and as long as it's not a construct or undead, we regain hit points equal to the piercing damage dealt, and we gain a bonus to the next ability check or attack roll we make equal to that as well. So we're just supercharged Halloran here, but dead, so there's some downsides. And class, we know what we were a bard in our first life, and we'll be level 3. We'll go straight ahead and do it. So proficiencies, I'll pick the same as we did last time, bear with me. Now, so I believe I've set everything up the same as it was on Halloran, but Bard College this time, we're going for College of Spirits, which is a new subclass for Van Richten's Guide. So we get expertise as we did before, and we're going to choose, what did I say? I think it was Arcana and Deception I think we went for. So we're going to do that. And now let me talk you through a little bit about the College of Spirits and why it's so exciting. So 3rd level, Guiding Whispers. You can reach out to spirits to guide you and others. You learn the Guidance cantrip, which is a fantastic spell, which doesn't count against the number of bard cantrips you know. For you, it has a range of 60 feet when you cast it. So not only is it Guidance, which is usually a touch spell, we can now cast it from 60 feet away. Crazy, crazy good, and I'll go through Guidance any second now. Spiritual Focus is our other 3rd level feature. You employ tools that aid you in channeling spirits, be they historical figures or fictional archetypes. You can use the following objects as a spell casting focus for your bard spells: a candle, a crystal ball, a skull, a spirit board, or a Tarocca deck. I love the idea of when we're just normally going, we're still very good with instruments and such, but should we go into combat or something like that, and we want to curse our enemies, we pull out a Tarocca deck of cards and begin pulling on the spirits, maybe of our fallen comrades before, or if this is Halloran, like in a different timeline, maybe in a previous life. You can flavour it kind of however you want, really. And think of any spiritual focus you can. I'm sure your DM will allow it. It doesn't change the function of things, really. And also at 6th level, a little bonus note here: if you cast a bard spell that deals damage or restores hit points, roll a d6 and you gain bonus damage or healing for the spell equal to the number rolled. So I believe it's equal to your bardic inspiration die. So amazing as well. So the bread and butter of this class is this feature here, Tales from Beyond. You reach out to spirits who tell their tales through you, and this is where I kind of had that in mind with pulling from the Tarocca deck, which is kind of what the artwork in the book invokes as well. That's kind of where I got the idea, to be fair, but I really like it. So you can use a bardic inspiration to roll on the spirit tales table. Obviously it'll be random, and you can hold on to that effect for a short or long rest. You can use an action to choose one creature you can see within 30 feet, and it can be yourself, to be the target of the tale. So you retell this story from a previous life, and you become almost blessed or ready to imbue this power onto somebody. And I'm going to roll a dice and we'll see which one we get, and I'll maybe talk about some of the benefits, pros and cons. So let's roll a d12. It may roll off the screen for you guys. Oh, no, straight in the middle. Perfect. 1. Nice. Let's have a look at what 1 is. Tale of the Clever Animal. For the next 10 minutes, whenever the target makes an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, the target can roll an extra die immediately after rolling the d20 and add the extra die's number to the check. The extra die is the same type as your bardic inspiration die. So at this level it'd be a d6 still, I believe, but essentially for 10 minutes you can add a d6 to all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks. Really, really good. The only bad thing about this is you can't pick, but they're all positive, they're all fantastic. My favourite would have to be, and let me just remind myself 1 second. I absolutely love number 4, Tale of the Runaway. Any teleporting stuff is right up my alley. I absolutely love it. The target, so that could be you or someone else, can immediately use its reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space it can see. When the target teleports, it can choose a number of creatures it can see within 30 feet up to your charisma modifier. I think ours is 3 at the moment. I think it is, yeah. to immediately use the same reaction. So you can look at all your friends in the room and teleport 30 feet. So good, it's amazing, I love it. With Tale of the Runaway, you could flavour that kind of however you want. It could be the spiritual image of your companions in a previous life abandoning you to this curse. It can be as dark as you like, or as happy as you like. Have some fun with it. That's what bards are all about, I think. Make sure you have fun with it. Okay, I'm just going to whack in some ability scores, then we'll take a look at the character sheet. Okay, so we're back on the character sheet of this corrupted version of Halloran. You can see some of our stats have changed slightly. It's just kind of suit, I think, and guidance here is the spell I said I was going to show you. So guidance, you touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice. It can roll the die before or after making the ability check. The spell then ends. So prior to having this at 60 feet, if someone was making an investigation check, for example, looking for traps, you'd have to be right next to them, touch them, and then they get to add the d4. You can just sit back and just watch and just do this from a distance, and you can basically just guide people all the time. It's a cantrip, so you can cast it as many times as you want, and you should be casting this all the time if you think an ability check is incoming from your DM. If anyone in your party is trying anything, just cast it. There's no reason not to. There is no reason not to. And this can be whatever you want. You can roleplay it however you like. You could use your new charm as a vampire to egg them on with whatever they're deciding to do. And this looks very similar to what we had before with just the College of Law. There's a few more things now, though, obviously, with being half vampire, essentially. We've got the Fang Bite, which has been added to our sheet here, which I believe uses your Constitution modifier, so getting more and more health benefits you twice over now. As a bard, you're quite squishy anyway, and now you've got another reason to buff Constitution. And obviously we've got the Tales from Beyond feature. But yeah, so you've seen two different subclasses for the bard now, the College of Law and the College of Spirits. I probably should have changed some of the spells on this College of Spirits side, maybe make them a little bit more aggressive, as would be a vampire's nature, I think. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, celebrating the new book coming out, which is fantastic. Loads more content to come from that. Leave a like and a comment with what you'd like to be the next video. I've got a few ideas for series coming up, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to seeing them as well. This has been Nathan Deer's Guide to Everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.